Nathan Cleary just threw away $50 million. The three-time premiership winner, the face of Penrith, the golden boy of rugby league gone, and what he did next will haunt him for the rest of his life. Smash that subscribe button right now because what I'm about to reveal will change everything you thought you knew about Nathan Cleary. Hit the bell, stay locked in. This is Aussie Sports Central, and you're not going to believe what just happened. Let me take you back to 48 hours ago. Nathan Cleary was untouchable. Penrith Panthers. Dynasty builder. The halfback who turned a struggling club into the most dominant force the NRL has seen in decades. 3 consecutive premierships. Clive Churchill Medal. Dally M awards stacking up like trophies in a cabinet that's run out of space. But here's where it gets insane. Reports started circulating Tuesday morning. Whispers at first. Then the floodgates opened. Nathan Cleary had been in secret negotiations with a rival club. Not just any club, we're talking about a team that Penrith absolutely demolished in last year's grand final. The betrayal wasn't just about leaving, it was about where he was going. Now, you might be thinking, players switch clubs all the time. Sure. But this was different. Because Nathan didn't just explore options. He didn't just listen to offers. According to sources close to the situation, he verbally agreed to a deal. A massive deal. We're talking 8 years, $12 million per season. Numbers that would make him the highest paid player in NRL history. The kind of money that sets you up for generations. But here's the twist that nobody saw coming. The club he was negotiating with? They wanted him to do something that goes against everything he's built. They wanted him to publicly criticize Penrith's management. They wanted him to burn bridges. They wanted him to trash-talk Ivan Cleary, his own father and coach, in a press conference to justify the move. And get this, Nathan was actually considering it. The people around him were divided. His management team saw dollar signs. His family was torn apart. His teammates? They found out through social media rumors like the rest of us. The Penrith locker room went into complete chaos. Group chats exploded. Senior players were calling emergency meetings. The club that had been a brotherhood for years was suddenly fracturing at its core. But wait, it gets worse. Remember when I said Nathan verbally agreed? Well, that verbal agreement meant he stopped negotiating with Penrith altogether. The Panthers had been working on an extension for months. A loyalty deal. Something that would have kept him in the blue and gold until retirement. Reasonable money, sure, but with loyalty bonuses, performance incentives, and a guaranteed coaching position after he hung up his boots. The kind of deal that honors legacy over greed. Nathan ghosted them. Stopped returning calls from the club's CEO. Avoided his father at training. The relationship between Ivan and Nathan became so strained that they reportedly weren't even speaking outside of mandatory team meetings. Now here's where this story takes a turn that nobody predicted. The rival club that promised Nathan the world? They pulled out. Completely. No warning. No explanation at first. Just a cold message from their CEO saying the deal was off the table. Why? Because during Nathan's negotiation period, they signed another halfback. A cheaper option. Someone younger, hungrier, and without all the drama. They used Nathan's name to drive up interest, to make headlines, to put pressure on their actual target, and then they cut Nathan loose like yesterday's news. Nathan Cleary went from having 2 massive offers to having absolutely nothing. Penrith? They're furious. Betrayed. The contract they had on the table? Ripped up. Gone. The trust? Shattered. The relationship with his father? Possibly destroyed forever. And the rugby league community? They're watching one of the greatest careers implode in real time. But here's the part that makes this an absolute disaster. 3 other clubs that would have jumped at the chance to sign Nathan Cleary 6 months ago? They've all moved on. They've committed their salary caps elsewhere. The market has shifted. And Nathan, who was once the most sought-after player in the competition, is now damaged goods. A player who walked away from loyalty, who entertained betraying his own family, who let greed cloud his judgment. The whispers around the league are brutal. Can you trust him? Will he bail when things get tough? Is he a mercenary now? And here's the cliffhanger that's going to blow your mind. There's one club still interested. One offer still on the table. But it's not in the NRL. It's not even in Australia. What happens next will determine whether Nathan Cleary can salvage his career or whether this decision marks the beginning of the end for one of rugby league's brightest stars. The offer that's still standing? It's from a Super League club in England. A mid-table team desperate for star power. The money? Less than half of what Penrith was offering. The prestige? Non-existent compared to the NRL. The lifestyle? Trading Sydney sunshine for freezing English winters and playing in front of crowds a fraction of the size. This is what happens when you gamble everything and lose. But the story gets even more twisted. Sources say Nathan has been desperately trying to repair the damage. Phone calls to Penrith management going straight to voicemail. Text messages to teammates left on read. His father Ivan? Reports claim they had a confrontation at training that ended with Nathan walking off the field early. The worst part? The fans have turned. Social media is absolutely destroying him. Jersey burnings. Petition to strip him of past honors. Former Panthers legends calling him out publicly. The same people who chanted his name at grand finals are now calling him a traitor. And here's the kicker that nobody's talking about. If Nathan takes that Super League offer, he'll trigger a clause that prevents him from returning to the NRL for 5 years. 5 years in exile. 5 years watching from across the world as someone else leads Penrith. 5 years knowing he threw away a dynasty for a deal that never existed. One decision. One moment of doubt. And Nathan Cleary's entire legacy hangs in the balance. Will Penrith forgive him? Will another NRL club take a chance? Or is this the end of one of rugby league's greatest careers? That's the shocking truth behind Nathan Cleary's nightmare. Drop a comment below. Do you think he can recover from this, or is his career officially over? And for more breaking stories that'll leave you speechless, subscribe to Aussie Sports Central. Hit that notification bell because trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. I'll catch you in the next one.